Hello everyone, Seaweed Coins. On Tuesday of last week, I was able to purchase a small collection from a colleague at work. And I'd like to show you some of the things that I bought in the collection. Well, actually all the collection that I bought. First of all, we're going to start out with a 1967 Canadian $1 note. 67 was our centennial year. They made two varieties of these. They had the ones that come with the serial number, as you can see on this one, and they had ones that came with just 1867 to 1967. They're both about the same price. This one is a common. It is a B.D. Razminski. That's the signatures down here. They go by the signatures. See, okay, and it's not in too bad a shape. So I don't know. Value on this would be probably $3 to $5 in this condition, maybe a little less. You could probably pick one up for, slightly under $3, I suppose, if you looked around. It's not in tremendous shape, but it's not bad. It has a little crease in it. We're going to move on to the next one. This now is a I believe these are 1973s. Yes. These are 1973 Canadian $1 paper notes. Again, they are the common signature for the Crow buoy. I believe all three of these are the Crow buoy. Yeah, in fact, there's 4 of them there that are the Crow buoy. Yeah. The significant things about these ones, though, is if you look, they happen to be consecutively numbered 146, 147, and 148. So these are from the same sheet. These are in pretty good shape. Probably a couple dollars. Well, at least double face for these in this condition, or maybe a little more. Is about what you'd pay for those here. There's still lots of them around, but I saved them from the shredder. So again, this paper note, and with the Queen on it. So then we have another one here that's same year, same issue. It's a little bit not in as great a shape, as you can see. This one here I might use for a giveaway in one of my streams. I think that would interest a lot of people. I think it's the corners are still pretty good in it, but it's a little bit faded, and it's but been around since '73. So okay, next we have the $2 note. Again, it is the Crow buoy. The signatures are common signatures. Okay. Again, it's from the same series as the 73 note, as you can see. This is in pretty good shape. Corners are pretty good. I forgot to show the backs of the other dollars. Let's show the backs of the other dollars too. I think what we'll do is we'll just pull this one out of the way here. This was on the back of that 1967 Parliament buildings there, and these are on the back. This is on the back of the 1973. A little logging depiction there. You see with the Parliament buildings in the background, and that's the back of the ones. So, getting back to the 2 here. Okay, as you see, it's in fairly good shape. It's not faded too badly. Again, value on this thing would probably be double face. Again, you could probably get that for here in Canada, probably $3 to $6, maybe a little less, depending on the condition it's in. But this is worth about that roughly. Now, we're going to start with some Canadian coins. We got some 50-cent pieces, clad 50-cent pieces. These are 2002. Okay, the Silver Jubilee year of the Queen. Okay, or not the Silver Jubilee. Actually, it's the coronation of the Queen. I'm sorry, it's coronation of the Queen in 2002. This was actually circulated. The actual circulation date of the 50-cent pieces ended in 1985 for circulation. However, just for 1 year and 1 year only, they came back out with the 2002 for a circulated year. And this is the only other one after the 1985 that was circulated. As you can see, it's a big picture of the Queen on the back, a crowned picture. So these are all the clad Canadian 50-cent pieces. Now I got a lot of these ones here, are the same, but that's okay. I now have a. This is a 1970. 1970 Canada would be considered a key date. In 1970. So there's a 1970. We have again another one of those commemoratives. Another one of those commemoratives. This is a 1968. These are clad 50-cent pieces. They wouldn't be silver. Okay, they stopped making silver or minting silver coins in Canada in 1967. Although there were a few 68s that slipped through, but the 50-cent pieces weren't one of them. It was just the 10-cent piece and the 25-cent piece that actually slipped through for silver. So the 68 would be 50% silver. Anything under 68 was 80% silver. But this, so we're gonna move on. Again, we have another one of those commemoratives, and this one here is a newer. This would be an NIFC one, so this wouldn't be in circulation. And in order to get this 2010, this is 2010, you would have to buy a PL set to get the 2010. So the only way that I was able to finish my collection of 50-cent pieces from 1985, with the exception of 2002, was to buy everything in PL sets so that I can complete it all the way up. And I have them all the way up to 2022. I haven't seen the 2023s yet, but I hope to see them soon. Here's again another commemorative. So most of these are those commemoratives. I will go through the different dated ones. Okay. Again, here's a different dated. This is a 1969. So I have a 68 and a 69. Walker Magnet, if you're watching this, I gave you the 69 Voyager dollar. This is the 50-cent piece that would have matched if you had it in the set. So this is the 69 50-cent piece again. These are in pretty good shape. You could sell these generally here in Canada. I can pick these up for about $2 a piece, or a little less. Not bad, but because they're not highly minted. So, here's another one. This is a 1988. Okay. Again. So something you'd have to get in a PL set. And again, that's another one of those commemoratives. Okay, so we have a few more here. Some of the dates are the same, so I'm not going to show all the dates because a lot of them are similar. Again, we have it's a 1979. So again, you're talking good shape here. Some of these are unbelievably good shape. Actually, when I get to the silver, and yes, I did get silver in this collection. I'm going to show that last, just to be so you guys have to watch the whole video. Here's another one. This one is again another 1970. So 1970 in Canada is a key date for most of the coins because they were low minted, and the reason why is because in 1969 the Royal Canadian Mint minted way more than they actually needed, so they cut back on the minting in 1970. So our 1970 dime is a little over 5 million. Our 1970 nickel is a little over 5 million. The quart is a little over 6 or 7 million. So they're not extremely scarce, but they're a key date because in Canada that's one of our lower minted coins. So 70 is kind of an important year for us. We have a tendency to save those things. So again, that's another 70. So. And here's a 74. Okay, so most of these 50-cent pieces, the clad ones I have, are 70s and 80s, and you know. And this was a 73. Again, the same. This is our coat of arms. Canada had a coat of arms, and so on the 50-cent pieces, this is what they call the coat of. Whoops, I'll pull them this way. That's called the coat of arms. That went on our 50-cent pieces. That's what, you know. And then of course they put the queen in the back. Okay. And an 81. And another mixed date is a. I guess you already saw a 69, so that's another 69. So there's two more 69s here, and all the rest are commemorative. So we're pretty much done the half dollars. Okay, so now I did get some nickels, and you know Seaweed likes nickels. Now, not a lot of these nickels are big money, but you know what? There's some surprising little. Okay, so we have a King George, 1940 King George nickel. We have a 1942 King George nickel. Now there's a variety in 1942. 1942 they had a standard 1942 nickel. Then they made a 42 copper. So that's another variety. They're a little bit harder to find. A 42 copper here in Canada. I don't have very many of those. They're tricky to get your hands on. They're not big money, but a lot of people were saving them, so you're not going to see them out in circulation or out in rolls and stuff like that. Okay, so they're not that easy to find, but you can get them. You can buy them from a dealer for $3 or $4 a piece. So, which isn't terrible, you know. Then they come out with the victory years, 1944 and the 1945 King George, the victory years during the war. These are we also made later on in I forget what year it is. I think it's 2010. I think that we brought it, we reminted this style, okay, and came out with it again in circulation. But these are the original V nickels here, the 44 and the 45. They made it in 43 too, and that was a tomback, again a different metal, because during the war they had to use some different metals. So there is a 43 V too. Of course, that isn't in this bunch. Another one of the harder ones to get. It's about $4 or $5. So then we have another King George here. We have this is another 1940 King George. And this is a King George 1951 commemoratives. They made a plain 51 with just the beaver portrait on it, and then they made the commemoratives. Now the commemoratives came in a variety, high relief and low relief. Okay, well the high relief is the expensive one. Sadly, those are low reliefs. You know, I myself, I don't have a high relief, so you know, you can pick these up for 25-30 cents. That's the low relief. No. There's another King George here. There's a 1950. We also have a 1947. These aren't in order. I'm just putting them here. There's another 1947. Whoops. I'm going to put these under the. There you go. Let's see. Oh, here's another King George. That's another 1940. So there are some duplicates. Okay, but I mean I wasn't complaining. You really can't complain with another 1947. Okay. And now, the reason why I've wanted to put this other 1947 down is in 1947 there are some varieties. There's a 1947 maple leaf and a 1947 plain. The 1947 plain, okay, was minted in 1947, but the 1947 maple leaf was minted in 1948. Because before they could make the 1948, the mintage didn't get the dies in time to make the 48s during the time they were supposed to. So what they did was they minted 47s and they put a maple leaf beside a 47. They used a 47 die and put a maple leaf beside it. So that you know that anything 1947 with a maple leaf was minted in 1948 actually, and not in 1947. Whereas the plain 47 was minted in 47 without the maple leaf. So that one has a maple leaf beside the 7, and this one doesn't. Okay? Or those ones don't. Also, too, it was the year that 1947 India became independent. So then in 1948, when they did mint the 48s, they stopped using the IND on the back of the coin, okay, to indicate that, you know, the King George was no longer Emperor of India. So anyway, that's the King Georges and the nickels. All right. Now we're going to show. We got some young heads here. We got 1960 young head, 1961 young head, 54 young head. Okay. 1963 young head. Yay, the year seaweed was born. And we have another 1961. So these are just the young heads that came with that. They're all in pretty decent shape. Yes, I know. See, we get to the silver. Well, we get a little while yet, but there is silver in this bunch. There's also some USA too, and we got a couple of pennies. We didn't get very many pennies. They just happened to be in the bunch. We did get a 1933 King George V. That's the oldest one. The rest are just two little young heads. 1963 young head, and a 1958 young head, and then we had ones from the 70s, 1977 and 1979, right there. Okay, so those are just the pennies. Didn't get very many of those. There wasn't that many in the bag going through. Okay, now we get to the USA stuff. USA stuff we got was fairly common. We had two clad 50-cent pieces, a 1998 and a 1972. I believe that 72 had a DDO, and I don't think this is it. I looked at it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, and then we got a couple of Susan B. Anthony USA dollars. One's a 1980 and a 1979. I don't see where you can find a mint mark on these things. I never really looked, actually. I'm not seeing a mint mark on either one of these two, so I'm going to assume they're P's. Then we have two of the Sacagawea dollars, a 2001 P and a 2000 P, and the Sacagawea dollar. So, and a good little goodie that I got from with the USA. I did get a Buffalo nickel. However, it's dateless, and I don't know if I can buy Nicodate here. I don't think we can, but this is worn slick. I can't see a date on it. I've tried to look for it. Not, it's quite worn. So kind of hard, but I do have. This is the second dateless Buffalo that I have. I've got more Buffaloes, but so one of these days I might have to see if I can find some Nicodate and try to. And then we did get the one foreign. This is a 1933 British silver sixpence. Now, I know it's silver. I just don't know the silver content of it. I'm saying that it's probably going to be around 50% silver. And being that's 1933, I'd have to say that's probably King George V on there without a crown. But that's the first of the silver. Now we're going to get to the silver, everything that you've been anxious for. First of the silvers is the big cumbersome Voyager 1962 nicely toned Canadian Voyager dollar. This is 80%. These are 80% silver. There's the young head of the Queen in the back. It's in pretty good shape. Again, 80% silver. Nice coin. I liked it. So that's our first of the silver. Then we have, to match it, a 1962 Canadian 50-cent piece. Again, 80% silver. Okay, with the coat of arms on the front, nicely toned. There's the back, young head. Okay. I think it's in pretty good shape. I got a batch load of the 1967. These are all all 1967 silver, 80% silver, centennial 25-cent pieces. And look at the shape some of these are in. Absolutely incredible. I mean, some of these still have luster on them. Again, these are 80% silver, so very, very nice coins. And Seaweed's maybe thinking about giving a couple of these away as giveaways, because I do have lots of these now. And as you can see, these are in immaculate condition, so might be a good chance for you to get some silver. It has the little bit newer, well, not the young head portrait of the Queen and all of them. So these are in great shape. I was actually quite surprised to see those, and that's all. Those are all 1867 to 1967 centennial year. It's the last of the 80% silver. Looks like I say there is the quarter and the dime that slipped through in '68, but they were only 50% silver. I did get a few more quarters. One I'm really impressed with when you'll see it. This is not the impressive one. It's a 1952. Again, 80% silver. The Caribou quarter with the King George in the back. However, this is a really nice coin, and it's probably going to upgrade in my album. This is a silver 1949 Caribou quarter. This is a nice one. Look at that. That's easily unk. I would say probably a $15 coin, or maybe a little more. You do not find, well, this again, this was the 52. So if you compare the 52, this is the 49. So this is a 49, and this is a 52. Look at the difference. In both the King Georges. Unbelievable. Great shape for that 1949. I was quite impressed with that. So the rest of the silver we have here, I got three of the little 1867 to 1967 Canadian 10-cent piece with the mackerel on it. Okay, this is mackerel. Okay, and again they're 80% silver. I do have a few of these. I might even toss a couple of those for a giveaway too. And the last of the silver, which I finally have, okay, are two 1955 Canadian 10-cent pieces. Again, 80% silver. Young Queen on the back. Pretty good. I like those. And that's the end of the collection. However, I did have one more pickup. I bought this separately. This is the last of the $20 paper notes that you're going to get from this series. This year would have been, where do I find the year on these things now? Been a while since I, 2004, okay, is the issue of this. So it's the last of the series. the paper notes with the Queen on it. So I bought this for face. I will tell you this: if you find paper notes with the Queen on them, I would suggest you hang on to them. I think that these are going to go up in value now that the Queen has passed on. I can't say they'll go up in value quickly, but I do think that these will fetch quite a bit over face in probably 5 or 10 years from now. So that's my guess. Anyway, I'm keeping. I do have another one of these. I'm keeping this in again. I saved it from the shredder. I again might think about a giveaway for it. This would be really nice. I'm trying to scratch my way to 200 subs if I can. So I think I'm on about 157 or 58 subs. So I think I might think about this. Some lucky person might get this for the 200th sub giveaway, which is it's nice. Provided I don't need this one. I don't think I do. I think I have this, a better example of this in my collection. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Please like and subscribe. I can sure use the subscriptions, that's for sure. And have a nice day, everybody. And we'll see you later.